Gen Z is aging like expired milk. But why? Together, we're gonna find out by watching this video. Hopefully then we will get some answers.
Is Gen Z aging faster?
So apparently Gen Z looks older than they actually are.
Whoa. What's with everyone saying Gen Z's looking old? Is this just the case of people picking on the younger generation? Or is there really something making Gen Z age
I'm just kidding, we haven't watched it
than
yet.
any generation before? Well, it's a lot more complicated than that, and I'm about to show you why.
Okay, who thought that was a good idea? To the untrained eye, perhaps, maybe it works. Who would willingly let someone flip their eyebrows over in Photoshop? That's, I don't know if that was part of the job description when she signed up, or maybe it just kind of devolved into that. I think if I were a style theorist and I saw a video of this, I might have a rock bottom moment. Like that, me watching someone animate, like flipping my eyebrows upside down, that might be the last straw. If that's not rock bottom, I don't know what is. Let's continue.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Style Theory, the show that never ages. No, really, I'm stuck like this forever. But apparently, the same can't be said for one generation, Gen Z. Hey, don't shoot the
I like the
messenger.
fourth wall
It's been
breaking
hard
there.
to ignore post after post after post popping up on my feed saying Gen Z is looking kinda old. And before you go saying it's the older generation hating on the youth, even Gen Z itself is wondering what the heck's going on.
Okay.
Zendaya is older than me.
I'm not even gonna sit here and
When I first found out that guy was 26, what the heck? Is there pharmacology at play? If you catch my drift, maybe some test, maybe some kind of, maybe some substance that originated outside the body. I feel like I need more details on his life. Maybe he just works outside all the time, so his face, like no sunscreen. I don't know. There's gotta be an answer.
I'm not even gonna sit here and deny that I don't look old. I'm 23.
I thought she was early 30s.
Nah, that's more
I
facial
am
hair.
23.
Well, sit back and put on a face mask
Can't
because
explain
I'm
that.
about to solve the mystery. And to all my Gen Z friends out there, get ready to take some notes. To figure out if Gen Z is looking
Yo.
the mystery. And to all my Gen Z friends out there,
What is up with this YouTube channel and eyebrows? I'm not convinced those are hers. Someone did her dirty. I don't know if they're getting comments about it, so I don't know who's encouraging this. I think eyebrow gate or browgate is a legitimate thing for style theorists, and someone needs to be held accountable. You want to talk about unfair beauty standards? How many girls can grow that on their face? Let me know.
get ready to take some notes. To figure out if Gen Z is looking more mature, we first need to know how old they actually are. Technically speaking, to be considered Gen Z, you need to have been born
I don't know where
in
they're
the
finding
years
these stock
of
photos either.
1997 and 2012, making the youngest of the group about age 12 and the oldest age 28. Now that's a pretty wide range, but before any preteens start rushing out to the stores to buy wrinkle cream, know that the people getting roasted for looking too overcooked are elder Zoomers, sitting roughly between the ages of 18 to 28. And though everyone may be talking about Gen Z looking old,
Elder
no one has
Zoomers.
actually been able to pinpoint why until now. Today, I am taking you down the rabbit hole of what's making your BFF look like they're 52 instead of 22. Let's start with the one that keeps popping up the most on my feed.
People have been saying that Gen Z looks older than their age. I think a lot of this can be chalked up to them not
Whoa, okay. A photo like this, like we're talking like 12 or 24. Like there's no between. That's wild.
not necessarily looking like they're aging faster, really, but styling themselves a lot older than their age.
Thanks to social media, and especially TikTok, Gen Z has taken over the world of fashion. They're buying more ethical and sustainable items, thrifting from vintage stores, and upcycling old items from their closet and their families. More and more Gen Z are sourcing items from their parents and their grandparents, giving those old forgotten items a new life, meaning that their clothes are old, and so are their styles. Listen, Gen Z's been busy creating trend after trend after trend. Cottagecore, old money, dark academia, coastal grandma, grandpa core, frazzled English.
They're making some of these up. Coastal grandma, frazzled English woman. If you were to explain to someone in 2000 BC, like what a teenager would be thinking about nowadays, maybe like a 16-year-old girl. 2000 BC, they're like, how do I help my mom? I don't know. But nowadays, it's do I want to be a coastal grandma or a frazzled English woman? Tell me we're not living in the best age possible. Tell me you didn't win the lottery by being born in this time. All right. People used to be out there foraging, all right, building stuff that sucked, like their house made out of dirt. And of course, some people are still in that situation. Majority of people today. Reality is people are wrestling with, do I want to be a coastal grandma or a frazzled English woman? Tell me we're not successful as a society. Tell me we don't have abundance. When some 16-year-old out there is trying to Trying to pinpoint their aesthetic like that. What a time to be alive.
English woman? Yes, these are actual trends worn by actual people. So, do you see what links them all? Looking across this whole spectrum, I see one overarching theme: old. From the more fanciful, vintage-inspired looks of cottagecore to dark academia's use of blazers and tweed, it's not just that the clothes are old or that the styles are old. Even the fabrics that they're choosing to wear are old-timey. Gen Z is known for its love of loose, casual fits, and you see that at play here as well. From
Loose,
the slouchy
casual
pants of the
fits.
grandpas and the loose flowing blouses
that's
of the
funny.
grandmas to the large
What is that?
here as well. From the slouchy pants of the
Is that an SD card? I know people used to have like the, I don't know what it's called. Some kind of like electronic egg animal thing. You guys know what I'm talking about? That'd be tough. That'd go pretty hard.
grandpas and the loose flowing blouses of the grandmas to the large coats and cardigans reminiscent of mid-2000s.
Okay, that guy's a 35-year-old orthodontist. And I mean, the one on the left looks like something you have in brake clips. I'll take that. Make my hair look like that. You know, that's what they said.
rom-coms. Everything harkens back to an older era, and that in and of itself gives Gen Z a feeling of being
I can't even focus. Did you see that guy's moves? Look
gives
at
Gen
this.
Z a feeling of being beyond their years. But clothes alone aren't the only thing that has the internet putting
Just
Gen Z
swagging
on
out. That's
blast.
crazy.
So let's take a look at the other giant
much
red
sauce.
flag, at least according to TikTok.
The reason that Gen Z looks so much older is because millennials was not allowed to wear makeup in middle school.
It's the amount of makeup that they wear and how good they are at it.
While the clean girl aesthetic that focuses more on natural looking makeup may be making the rounds right now, Gen Z is no stranger to going ham on the makeup. Data shows that Gen Z started wearing makeup around 11 years old, a whole 3 years earlier than when millennials.
Yo, 11? That's wild. 11? Can you imagine putting foundation on when you're 11? Oh, that's insane. I don't know how I feel about that. That ain't right.
Started wearing makeup. Not only were they using
Okay, when would you allow your daughter to wear makeup? What age? Let me know in the comments. 11? That's crazy. Is that fair for me to say? I don't even know anymore. Like, I'm sure maybe they mess around with like the classic is like mom's lipstick or whatever, but to be doing like freaking eyeshadow, like doing the whole 9 yards, someone get like a airbrush in there, like 11? Oh, I don't know. Let me know.
makeup earlier, they had something that no other generation had before at that age: the internet, and a slew of beauty influencers ready to teach them everything from how to find their perfect.
You imagine an 11-year-old influencer? All right, guys, today we're doing Maybelline eyeshadow. And they like hold it, they like up to the camera so it focuses. Gosh.
Foundation shade to contouring their face for the gods. The height of the YouTube beauty guru hit around
girl had, like, a
2010, when the oldest
crop
side
circle
of
on
Gen
her face.
Z
That's
was
crazy.
just turning 13 and starting to experiment with their personal expression via their makeup. So they turned to the popular faces of the time: your Miss Glamourazzi's, your Michelle Pfons, and of course, Zoella.
Hello everyone!
This easy access to tutorials and product recommendations meant that Gen Z got a head start on every other
I can see that.
generation when it came to developing their skills. And it didn't stop there. Style icons on Instagram like Kim Kardashian were known for their sharp cheekbones and angular jawlines, which meant that when Gen Z was learning how to paint their face, they focused heavily on the contour. While this can make you look snatched, it can also make you look old. How?
I feel like snatch is a bad word. Never mind.
No, that's not just me making a weird sound. It's literally PFFT. Plumpness, firmness, folds, and texture. These are the 4 traits we as humans use to identify youthful skin. When we're young, our faces tend to be fuller, rounder, and more plump. This is because younger faces tend to hold more of one thing: fat. Yeah, those baby cheeks that your grandparents love to pinch and say, "Oh, you're so cute," look that way because of a healthy layer of fat under your skin. As you get older, this collection of fat starts
Yo,
to
this is like, I don't know.
which then leads to
I'm not
a
expecting this
change
to be
in
like a
that
biology
youthful
class.
Your face will naturally start to become sharper as you get older. So all that contouring is doing is putting you on a bullet train to looking more like your mom or dad, or your grandma and grandpa.
I love how pissed they are too. I love how pissed they made the.
Bullet train to looking more like your mom
Look
or
how
dad,
mad they are.
or your grandma.
You're contouring your face? How dare you?
Grandpa. And Gen Z is
Well, if she's 11, they'd have the right to do that.
actually taking this to a bigger extreme, plastic surgery.
They started cosmetic injectables way too young. They didn't need to be getting 4 syringes of fillers in their face.
When it comes to cosmetic procedures, Gen Z is starting earlier than any other generation. No, really. As of February of this year, 75% of plastic surgeons reported a spike in patients under 30.
Whoa.
There are a few reasons for this. One is the increased emphasis on skincare over the past 3 to 5 years. Then you have the fact that most procedures are cheaper now than they ever have been before. And of course, you have the fact
Why?
that Gen Z has grown up as the most visible generation in history, thanks to social media. And that comes with a lot of pressure. The most common
Just Facetune your face. Get the yearly subscription to Facetune. And just avoid the fillers, you know? I guess it would work for pictures. I don't know about video. Those Snapchat filters. I used to have the same makeup on every day because of that. Man, this is weird.
common procedures for Gen Z include Botox, fillers, and cheek implants that help give you
Is that part of it? Is that just a scar? Maybe we're looking too much into
a
this.
more pronounced cheekbone. All things that again help play into that very sculpted look made popular on Instagram and TikTok. And all of that is
Stop
not
it.
even mentioning
Stop
the
with the
most
contour.
popular procedure of the past couple years, buccal fat removal. For those of you who haven't heard of it, it is a procedure that removes a specific pocket of fat from your lower cheek and thus makes your face appear slimmer. This procedure has actually existed for decades, but it exploded in popularity recently thanks to the rise of the influencer face, that same sculpted, angular look that started with the rise of contouring.
Wow, that's a terrible thing. That's so bad. Just cutscene to me Googling surgery near me. Try and get that influencer face. Ba, 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 ba. I wonder if I could write that off, you know? Is that considered a business expense? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just kidding.
You even see it now in almost every IG and TikTok filter. And Gen Z, the first generation to grow up fully online, is turning it into
I don't know what those
reality.
filters are
Case
doing, but
in point, Kylie Jenner, who many call out as the
that wasn't
poster
it.
board for changing your face with cosmetic surgery. Kylie, like,
Yo, what? I think she should be a consultant for the witness protection program. Oh, if I had to get off grid or whatever, you know, I'm trying to get some advice from Jenner here. Is it the aperture of the lens makes a pretty big difference in like how thin or fat your face looks, but this is like crazy. It's probably the makeup too. Who is the guy equivalent of Kylie Jenner? Let me know. I'm curious.
like the rest of Gen Z, has been trolled online for looking much older than her natural age because she's lost that youthful factor thanks to the cosmetic procedures and the makeup that she wears.
Kind of scary.
And no shade here. I'm not weighing in on her choices or if I personally find it appealing. It's just hard to say that this hasn't had an effect on how old she appears. Yet, while
I don't want to speculate. I'm not making a video about it. I don't want to throw shade at her. Come on. Maybe they're not. It's the eyebrows. Guys, it's this. Are you going to trust someone that looks like that? She can't even trust the editor. It's crazy.
say that this hasn't had an effect on how old she appears. Yet, while cosmetic procedures...
What kind of phone case is that? What kind of modern art ass? That's weird. All right, we're getting surgery and we're getting modern art phone cases. We got to elevate, guys. It's the science of winning, all right? Who's trying to win? Who's trying to improve their life, their fitness, their aesthetic? I want everyone to comment where they're getting their plastic surgery. I want to know what modern phone case they got, modern art phone case, and I want to know what is your aesthetic. Are you breezy Boston? The more specific, the better. Breezy Boston colloquial? Are you Cincinnati's 80s football bar scene? Let me know. Specific. Guys, we are refined. Okay, that's the whole goal. Man, I should plug a phone case after this. We're not. We're not gonna do that, guys. We're not gonna do that. Maybe later I'll have like affiliate products and all that. But today, to support the channel, feel free to subscribe.
on how old she appears. Yet, while cosmetic procedures can put a band-aid on issues, the long-term effects could actually make signs of
why the
aging
blood moving so much?
worse.
You see that?
According to the Illuminate Skin Clinic, while Botox may halt creasing effects of the muscles on the skin, long-term overuse can sometimes weaken the muscles, causing them to waste away. Elasticity is lost, and you may start to notice deepening lines and wrinkles. Yes, your preventative care could actually hurt you in the long run. And doing it younger, like in your early 20s 20s or earlier could cause even more hazards, like the thinning of your skin, which can lead to sagging and wrinkles appearing earlier.
Wow, that's terrible. If you guys want Botox, feel free to check out the link in the description. I do have an affiliate link. I'm just kidding. That'd be so crazy. That'd be the craziest segue for a plug. If Style Theorist is actually doing that, it'd be so crazy. I feel like there's at least had to be one YouTuber that wasn't self-aware and did that. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
They may have without the procedure. Talk about a double-edged sword or scalpel. Still, not all of Gen Z is going under the knife. So once again, we are left with a missing piece of this puzzle. What is that missing piece, you might ask?
Stress. They've grown up on social media, which we all know impacts mental health. And on top of that, the pandemic, I think that really did a number on them.
It is mainly...
Wait, crab and tree? Crabtree?
Crabtree! That's the result you're gonna get!
And on top of that, the pandemic, I think that really did a number on them.
It is mainly because of the stress. Come here.
Stress, my dear friend, we meet again. Now, the truth is, our dear Zoomers are no stranger to stress. Yep, we have to talk about COVID. When it comes to generations impacted by the pandemic, Gen Z sits at the tippy top of that list. For most of them, it hit during
Can you imagine
the
people got more relaxed during
point
that?
of their life,
I just like,
the time where they were learning to connect with their peers.
It'd be so crazy.
empathy,
I
and
heard in a shooting, this sounds crazy, psychopathic tendencies, like psychopath in terms of the actual clinical definition. I've heard when they hear gunshots, some people, their resting heart rate lowers, meaning they get more relaxed when they hear gunshots. So I'm sure for like the psychopaths of Gen Z, maybe the pandemic helped them. Maybe they got less stressed out. Only a very tiny percentage. Think of the bell curve. Think of the people, you know, all the psychopaths. Like we're talking like dark triad score 100 psychopath. You know what I mean? People like 99th percentile maybe relax a little bit during the pandemic. It's interesting.
Stress can do a number on your body. It can lead to thinning hair, changes in your skin like inflammation, increased acne and rosacea, and yes, it can cause you to look older. Stress makes a cell in our body known as the skin mast cell actually look older.
It looks like some kind of map they give you in Boy Scouts. It's like, all right, how's the best way we should terrain this mountain here? This is a river. We got to go west. Like, what? Wow. They could have picked any picture for hair. They picked that. It's probably the same guy that was flipping the eyebrows upside down.
Stress makes a cell in our body known as the skin mast cell activate and produce a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol, among other things, can cause your body to stop producing collagen. However, Gen Z is not the only generation to go through a large-scale traumatic event during their developmental years. Millennials went through 9/11, the war that followed, and a major recession. Gen X went through the Gulf War, while baby boomers had Vietnam and the assassination of JFK, just to name a few. So, what makes what Gen Z is going through any different?
We're not going to compare
them,
traumas,
it's the
but like...
amount of stress. Multiple studies have shown that Gen Z says that it feels more stressed and more depressed than previous generations, especially when it comes to things like work, money, and health. And that makes sense. We are talking about a generation who's come into adulthood during a recession, a pandemic, political distress, and an environmental crisis. The downside is that claiming the title of most stressed generation doesn't come with a shiny crown, it comes with wrinkles. So, what's the final verdict? Has Gen Z cursed itself to looking forever old? Well, don't start picking out your burial plots yet, Zoomers, because the answer is no. You see, this idea around Gen Z looking old is just that, an idea that has been repeated generation after generation.
None of these concerns are new. I was watching In the City, and they...
Mindset. Look at that. At the end of this, watch them plug a course for the mindset of anti-aging. I'm just kidding. That'd be crazy.
Run into a group of 13-year-olds and they're all like, they look like they're in their 20s.
Sure, right now our sights are set on Gen Z, but before that, it was whether or not millennials looked older than the kids of today.
Why do these teenagers look so much older?
We give so much to TV and movie producers for hiring 30-year-olds, but apparently when they were in high school, everyone looked 30.
And before that, we were talking about Gen X and
New
baby
conspiracy
boomers
unlocked.
looking older when they were younger. The truth is, people are not aging faster or slower than previous generations. So what really has people thinking Gen Z is looking old? It's the fact that we as humans are bad at identifying age based on sight alone.
I just don't have a perception of age.
He does look 16 though.
Identifying age based...
Oh, that's the editor. Gerardo. He's not going to flip his eyebrows upside down. I promise you that.
Based on sight alone.
I just don't have a perception of
Lock
age.
in.
Either you look really young or you look really old. Anything in between that, I'm just gonna assume you're my age. I just can't tell the difference.
A study from 2018 found that on average, when people tried to
So
guess
regal.
someone's age, they were about 8 years off, which is about the range of mistaking a 22-year-old Zoomer for a 30-year-old millennial. Wouldn't you say? It doesn't stop there though. That same survey found that we are more likely to guess that a younger person is older and vice versa, due to our own internal biases. You see, we judge faces based on other
So you can't guess people's ages because you're racist. It's like, what? That's crazy. That makes sense though. It's a whole like, you kind of see what you are, if that makes sense. Not what you are, but like, we're not going to get into the double slit experiment, anyone, where, what is it? The photons only appear where they are observed. Such a crazy experiment. Maybe you only see the world old because you are old. Crazy.
You see, we judge faces based on other faces
Presenting
we've
the text.
seen. And what faces are we seeing now more than ever? Millennials and Gen Z are two chronically online generations.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
we are so oversaturated with our own face thanks to social media that it has skewed how we perceive each other and how others perceive us. Unlike in the past, where situational context and in-person conversation could clearly help draw that generational line, we're all just shouting into a context-free void of endless scrolling faces. Add in all those other factors we discussed today that help to blur
guy's
the
having a good
lines
time.
between one generation and another, and it's no wonder that no one knows how old anyone is anymore. So whether you're a Zoomer
Is
or
that an
a
actual
millennial,
song?
or a baby boomer, remember, age is just a number.
Whoa. Are we going to say that? Are we going to say age is just a number in this digital age, in this digital time? That's gutsy. I don't know. Saying age is a number is pretty, could be fighting words depending on the context. Careful.
That help to blur the lines between one generation and another, and it's no wonder that no one knows how old anyone is.
Is that an actual thing? This editor, I swear, Gawardo, not sure how to pronounce his name. I don't know what's real and what's not. Oh, okay. This is like wicked popular. Okay. Wow, I missed that. I'm trying to guess how it sounds based on the lyrics. Took her out with that Friday night, work alone, you're feeling right. I still can't hear it.
Anymore.
I don't want that
whether you're a
copyright, though.
Zoomer or a millennial, a Gen X or a baby boomer, remember, age is just a number, and we shouldn't be fighting each other about who looks older than who, because Gen Alpha is coming for all of us. But hey, that's just a theory, a style theory. Keep looking sharp. And if you've ever wondered what makes a face more attractive, check out our episode on facial symmetry, and I will see you next.
Video plug, keeping it simple. There's just one. I'm gonna do that right now. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this one about TikTok fraud. People were supposedly running it up on Chase. Find out if they did, if they got caught, and what actually happened right here. I'll see you there.